Okay, fellow American citizens, my name is Leslie Williams and I'm in San Diego, California. This video is being made on September 18, 2015, and I'm not completely, 100% completely, totally awake yet, but bear with me, because trust me, I believe that you will be glad that you watched this video as you continue to listen. Now, I made a video, and I apologize I don't have the entire title anchored in my short-term memory yet, but you can find the video by going to Google and typing in UCSD and Law Library, Are They Networking Gang Stalking? And I think that the video title at least has the human trafficking of SDPD whistleblower. Okay, learning disabled woman. So that should give you enough information to find that specific video. This is an extension of that video, and this video will be placed at least eventually it will be placed probably right underneath it, because it's an addendum to it. Now, in that video, I stated about how organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions is not, because organized stalking and gang stalking is nothing but a type of crime. It's not stalking by gangs, even though this is one. This crime is a lot of this crime is based on deceit, psychological deceit. In other words, it's done to confuse you. It's done to misdirect you concerning the truth about it, about this type of crime. And it's also done to make you believe that that it's a gang that's after you as a result of how you're mobbed out in the community, and how you can be mobbed. I don't even like using that word, mob. Let me just say ganged upon. See, let me just finish this cigarette real fast. See, the stalking of gang stalking, organized stalking, is achieved through, it's not really stalking, yet it is. So just hear me out and you'll understand what I mean completely once I continue to talk. See, go to Google and type in illegal GPS tracking of a target cell phone, covert surveillance, which is achieved through stalking, and covert observation. Now, through the illegal GPS tracking of the target individual's cell phone, their computer, and then through the covert physical surveillance and observation, and that surveillance includes stalking, obviously, achieved through the tracking. So it appears to the target that they're being stalked. Basically what it is community-based harassment, achieved through, but not limited to, the illegal GPS tracking of the target's cell phone, electronics, covert surveillance, and covert observation. That's how they know where the target individual is at all times in real time, whether they're stationary and or mobile, meaning whether they're at one place or whether they're moving about in the community, car, train, trolley, bus, walking, bike route, any place they go to. The target individual is tracked in real time, and this is how they're able to prop up the organized community-based harassment, the staged assaults, the staged falsified arrest, the staged incidences that produce falsified police reports and incident reports, the staged illegally petitioning the target into county mental health or an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor, where then the organized crime syndicated connected doctors and nurses staff will play a role in the illegal false mental diagnoses of a target. So you can Google all these descriptions and cross-reference them to organized stalking and or gang stalking. Now, the target individual is made to believe that it's actually a gang stalking them, whether they're aware that what they're dealing with yet is gang stalking or not, because of, in part, at times, the type of people that they will put along the target's route. People that got tattoos, people that look like they could be part of a gang by the way they dress, walk, act, and carry themselves. Now, I try not to profile anybody based on the way they look, even act, or dress. But what we got to understand here is that we all know, if we're generally honest with ourselves concerning about how there are stereotypical types of how gang members can be portrayed in the media, in TV shows, and so on and so forth. I think you know what I mean by now. Okay, and also because of the way that some gang members do act and dress, okay, and portray themselves in factual reality. So the point being is that, like, 71% of these 71% of the victims of this crime are women. So we all know, as being a woman, that we have innate physical concerns, because we are aware of how vulnerable we are, just like children are aware of how vulnerable they are, because they're aware of their size in ratio to adults. It's the same concept. In gang stalking, it's a program based on deceit, because if you're a victim of this crime, especially if you don't even know that what you're dealing with is because of organized stalking or gang stalking, and then you got lowlifes that are harassing you along your routes that look like they could be part of a gang, okay? It's done to mentally provoke you into fear, anger, resentment, even provoke you to act out physically. It's done to basically steer your thinking about what's happening, what's going on, why is this going on, and the type of people that they're using. Now let me give you a case in point about this. Hold on. I go to the law library downtown San Diego on Front Street. It's right next door physically to the San Diego County Jail, which is operated by San Diego Sheriff's officers. Now, I've been gaslighted to my face and even sexually harassed by San Diego Sheriff's officers in the courthouse, inside the Hall of Justice, and have I even been gaslighted by San Diego Sheriff's officers that have stood outside the building of the county jail that is physically, literally, within 25 feet of the entrance of the law library downtown San Diego Front Street. Now, let's hear this for a second. Whenever prisoners are released from this county jail, they are released right out that door of the county jail, okay, which is where I've already stated it's located at. As they have walked by me, even stood around me, they have gaslighted me with organized stalking, gang stalking, physical gestures, harassed me, congregated around me as I'm standing there smoking a cigarette or locking up my bike to go into the law library, or coming out to unlock it to leave. They have literally gaslighted me, walking out of the San Diego County Jail, walking by me. Sometimes they'll stand and congregate themselves around me, even stand, walk by me, and then re-walk by me, and have gaslighted me with gang stalking physical gestures. Go to Google and type in organized stalking and or gang stalking, repeating physical gestures. Now, to show you indisputably that this is occurring, this is just one aspect of what they're doing towards me and around me, concerning me. Go to Google to prove to you that this is factually, just this one aspect of it is factually happening to me. Go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass, read comments." That's the entire description of the title of that YouTube video. I'll repeat it. Learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass, read comment. Okay? I caught 3 teenagers admitting they were put on the 928 bus route, a bus route I was already on. They got on it after I got on it. They got on it at a different bus stop down the road once I was already on the bus. They got on the bus and engaged in these physical gestures. Then I went about my business for the day, came back to the bus stop, waited for the bus to come, got on the bus, and I think they were already on the bus, in the back of the bus, later on in the day. Then when I went to go get off the bus, they got off the bus behind me, and I heard them laughing. So I turned around and recognized them, and so I approached them. They were caught on digital tape recorder admitting that a third party by the name of Jamar put them on the bus earlier in the day to engage in these physical gestures towards me. So that proves right there I'm being tracked in real time, observed in real time, and surveilled in reference to how did they know what bus route I was on and when I got on it. I also caught 4 other people since 2011, 3 of them being UCSD students, admitting to my face and hidden running digital tape recorders that they were put in my physical presence to engage in these physical gestures. Getting back to the inmates that had been released from the San Diego County Jail, right next door to the law library where I go to do research, where I'm gang stalked on a feverish scale inside the law library. So, I have caught them coming out on different, practically, I'd say at least 99.7% of the time that I went to that law library, and as I'm locking up my bike, as I'm coming out of the law library to take a cigarette break, smoking a cigarette usually around my bike, and then when I leave the law library and stand there smoking a cigarette while I'm unlocking my bike to leave, individual, all depending on what time I leave during the day, because I think the county jail closes at probably around 3 or 4, individuals that are being released from that jail come out of that jail and gaslight me to my face. One's even threatened me. Now let's think about this. This is not a gang that's in jail telling individuals who are being released to gaslight me as they walk by me, because how would they know that I'm there at those specific moments, okay, for those individuals to prop up fellow inmates to get out to gaslight me? Think about this. Every time I go to the law library, 99.98% of the time, I'm gaslighted by individuals that are walking out of that jail. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's only been a few days this hasn't happened. So, how would inmates know that I'm out there when I'm going out to have a cigarette for inmates to be released right at that moment, okay, to walk by me and gaslight me? There's nobody inside in reference to inmates that should have that knowledge. So, am I being observed in the law libraries so they can tell when I'm going out? And who's communicating with these inmates to have them gaslight me as they're being released? Well, who runs the jail? The San Diego Sheriff's Department. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I made this video to inform, to expose the truth. Now, here's another aspect concerning the real reason why I made this video. As a result of this being an organized crime in a system at the federal, state, and local level, I am being arrested mostly ticketed for illegal lodging because they made me homeless. These arrests and tickets are occurring at the same time, right before and or right at the beginning of reviews for social services, and these organized stalking individuals have sent, have sent at least 35 text messages to my phone and 3 letters to my P.O. box. One of the letters literally states that, one of the text messages literally states we're the responsible parties for targeting you. 99.8% of all the text messages say gang stalking them, gang stalking, I'm gonna F you up, we're gonna human traffic you, and everything else, okay? And one of the letters literally states that we have elevated the gang stalking of you to level 4. Now, these text messages, some of them are in the blog title that I've already described. Video pictures of all of them are in the blog that I've described. I took video pictures of them, uploaded them to YouTube, titled them, and then placed them in that blog. And one of the text messages literally flat out says we're government workers surveilling the homeless, surveying the homeless. Okay. A few of the text messages literally state that we're giving your GPS location to the police to have you arrested for illegal lodging. So go to that blog and meticulously and slowly research everything, cross-reference it, cross-reference everything that I posted, then everything that they sent me through text messages in the mail. The evidence is just astronomical and completely indisputable that I'm being gang stalked. Now, why am I stating all this? They've literally sent me text messages stating that they've hacked into my phone and can hear everything I'm saying. Literally. Okay, so make sure you look at those YouTube videos of the text messages that I took, Now, when I'm on the phone talking to federal student loan concerning my school loans, it's all over the internet that these little freaked out, filthy, criminal, rat-ass whores will hack into your phone and use it as a microphone. They can hear the phone call conversations you're having. All this can be Googled to gang stalking and then organized stalking, separate searches. How can they use your phone as a GPS tracker? So if I'm on the phone talking to federal student loans and they can hear my conversation, then they know the last time I talked to them that I made an arrangement with them concerning, it's not forbearance, it's like a low-income hardship where they will give you a grant to not have to pay your loans for a year. Then right at the time that year is up, right before that year is up, you got to reapply for it. If you don't reapply for it, then you got to start making payments, okay, or some other type of arrangements with them. Now, I did all this over my phone at an area that I was being gang stalked on a feverish scale off of Gilman Road and Gilman Drive. Now, so take everything I've already stated and listen to what I'm saying. They are aware I've caught gang stalking being set around me inside of social services. Have I caught it inside of Social Security? You got to be careful about what I say concerning that, because if you're caught taping or videotaping inside of Social Security, you can be arrested for wiretapping. So I got to be careful about what I say concerning if anything's been caught at Social Security. But I think you know what I mean. I have caught gangstalking, gangstalker, oh my god, weird, crazy, gangstalk repeated around me on audio file and video file in social services every time I went there. I've caught it being said around me at the hiking area that I was at when I was making these phone calls to federal student loan. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, I caught it in Rose Canyon. I caught it along all my routes. The same exact identical to a T verbal harassment happening around me. So go to that blog because it's in there. Okay, so let's deduce this. If I'm getting illegal lodging tickets in late August and September, okay, and whenever you get a ticket, they can not give you your arraignment date for the ticket for a month. Now, if they give me a ticket in August and I don't have to go to court until September, and they say you got to go to jail because you were illegal lodging, okay, then while I'm in jail, Social Services review took place. Social Services then states you weren't physically attentive, available to take care of your review, therefore we took you off of food stamps. Now, is this all happening at the same time, right on the cusp, where I got to renew my low-income hardship for federal student loans? Absolutely. And it was my phone that I used to make these phone calls to them when the verbal agreements were made. Now let's also take a look at this. The hardship forms that I had to fill out to qualify for this were sent to the very P.O. box where my mail is opened and where the 3 letters were sent to. So, fellow American citizens, are they taking the information concerning organized stalking, gang stalking, targeted individuals' business, their business that they conduct in order to be able to survive, food stamps, social services? If I'm put in jail and this federal student loan hardship forbearance type thing expires while I'm in jail, when I'm released, I gotta contact them. They'll say, well, okay, you can re-qualify for it, but you gotta pay all the months of what you owed us when you fell out of the forbearance type thing. Okay, in other words, while I'm in jail, that forbearance will have expired, which means that they can claim I owe them for all the months I was in jail, which means then that they'll target the money I got on me. So let's take a look at this. Also, while I'm in jail, I will lose Social Security, because if you're in jail for more than 31 days, you automatically get taken off with Social Security and you can reapply for it when you get out. But if all my IDs, okay, are stolen from me, my money, my bus card, my evidence, my cameras, my phones, how am I even supposed to be able to physically get back to my campsite or Social Security to reapply? They're going after my money. Because in order to human traffic an individual, you gotta have money to survive, to feed yourself, to get around, bus pass, to buy your bus passes. Do you really think this is the 2nd year in a row that this has happened right on the cusp of me having to go through reviews for social services, the federal student loans, and I already know for a fact that they know that if I get arrested, I'll lose Social Security, because they literally sent me text messages regurgitating it. So go to Google and look at those YouTube videos of me taking the videos of the text messages. Also, some of the text messages were screenshotted, okay, posted to Instagram, and those Instagram URL links are in the blog. In order to human traffic anybody, a woman, a kid, even a young man, they got to take away what the target individual has that the target uses to sustain themselves. Food, money for clothes, money for tents, tarps, okay, bus fare. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, I've been saying it all along, this is nothing but organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level, using their employment descriptions to achieve their objectives. And it's employment descriptions that are being used to arrest me for illegal lodging. Now, let me, in closing, let me just tell you this. I got a ticket on August 9th, 2015 for camping in Rose Canyon. 22 hours before, I sent a tweet chain to San Diego Police Chief Zimmerman showing indisputable evidence that I'm being gang-stalked and more. It even said in the tweet chain, will I be arrested for sending you this? 22 hours later, 2 San Diego park rangers came to my hiking area. They then called 3 San Diego cops, One San Diego park ranger went back to the entrance of the area to wait for the cops to come, while they left one San Diego park ranger to talk to me, while the other one went so he could be at a spot so the San Diego police officers could meet him at, and then all four of them would walk to my area. As I was talking to the San Diego park ranger, he literally admitted, okay, that they were sent to my area as a result of me sending those tweets of evidence of me being gang stalked to San Diego Police Chief Zimmerman. I basically told him I baited them to come to me as a result of sending them her gang stalking evidence. And you know what he said right on video? It worked. How did they know where I was at? So, one of the text messages literally states, we have given your GPS location to the police. These same text messages literally flat out state we're the ones who are gang stalking you. Do the math. In closing, go to Google and type in gang stalking and police. It's organized crime in a system using their employment descriptions to achieve their objectives. The police give me illegal lodging tickets. The courts are used to put me in jail. The jail produces the effects of me losing everything. I get released and have nothing. And then what happens then? Men are put along my path to offer me money for sex. Prostitution rings, sexual servitude rings, human trafficking rings. If I get arrested and if I get put in jail on September 24, 2015 as a direct result of this ticket I got on August 9, 2015 in Rose Canyon, okay, and my money's stolen, my ID stolen, my bus pass is stolen, evidence is stolen, cameras stolen, phones stolen, I'm predicting it right now, and you better believe I'll be taking video pictures of all this stuff. My money, my American Express gift cards, my food stamp card, my Medicare card, my driver's license, my phones, I got a separate camera as well. Everything that I use to sustain myself, and I'm predicting right now I will lose my benefits. Now remember, they've literally sent me letters and text messages stating when you get arrested again, you'll lose SSI and Social Security. I'm not at SSI. They did that to confuse the situation because they knew I would end up exposing it. So that was done to deflect and to confuse my viewers concerning the truth of the matter. It's a technique of theirs. Okay, so trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Just trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about. It's done to confuse the situation, but it's also done to creatively send the threat message so it can be anchored in the target's mind about it happening. So go to that blog and do what I tell you to do. Okay, I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Today, if I remember to, or over the weekend, I'm going to take a snap screenshot. I believe I already have, but I know I've already taken a video picture of it. But I'm going to take a snap screenshot of that one text message they sent me concerning how we can hear everything you're doing over your phone, i.e. reference that to the conversation I had with federal student loans. In other words, they could easily deduce that this federal student loan hardship forbearance type thing, okay, expires in November. If they put me in jail in September, October, November. Do you understand? My name is Leslie Williams. They're doing this to create extreme destitution, okay? And it's all over the internet that GangStalking expeditions ruin you financially. Google it. Google everything I stated in this video. Each description, look at the information that comes up, then cross-reference it to the next description, the next one, the next one, the next one, and you'll see it's nothing but a scheme brought about through maneuvers, tactics, and methods in order to achieve the objectives. It's an incremental, implemented scheme brought about through, but not limited to, the illegal GPS tracking of the target's cell phone and employment descriptions, the police, the courts. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. This is a video prediction. Today's date is, and if this video isn't allowed to be uploaded today at the law library, my statements are being taped right now on a tape recorder to prove they were made. Alright, so, and if I'm banned from the law library today, or if I'm assaulted, ticketed, told to leave, harassed, anything stolen from me, they're propping up people inside the law library like you would not believe. They say gang stalking. Sometimes they don't, on rare occasions they don't do it. Okay, but trust me, they do it. It's been caught on audio on at least probably anywhere between 50 and 100 audio files. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. There's an Ezekiel Cortez, lawyer, that works out of 550 C Street building. I can't get a hold of him because of the other methods that are implemented towards gang stalking victims. Go to Google and type in cell phone call rerouting, email rerouting. If I'm trying to call a law firm, they will, if any target tries to call a law firm, do these perpetrators in the system who have hacked into your phone reroute the call to them, pretending to be the law firm or the lawyer. Now, you might say, well, how do they know who I'm looking up? For one, they can redirect the call through the phone number I'm dialing, and two, cyber surveillance is all over the internet to be directly connected to gang stalking expeditions. In reference to, they can see what lawyers and law firms the target's looking at. They then anticipate the target's going to call that number, and will, through the phone monitoring, they will literally reroute the calls to them and pretend to be the lawyer, get the target to open up about what's going on, and then claim that they're not interested in this kind of case. And you can get past the security guards of the building that this law firm is at, because they already told me, because I actually stumbled across it before I even found Ezekiel Cortez online. See, because when I leave the law library, I go across the street to 7-Eleven. I go down the street to 7-Eleven to get some pizza. Then when I leave there, I cross the street to sit at this building to eat my lunch. That's 550 C Street, the actual building this lawyer's in. When I was eating my lunch one day, the security guard of the building came out and said, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm eating my lunch." And he goes, I go, "What kind of building is," I said this to him, I go, "What kind of building is this?" I go, "Are there any lawyers in this building?" He goes, "Yes, but you absolutely, literally need to have an appointment before you can go see them." Now, if I can't make an appointment because target individual cell phone calls are rerouted to the actual perpetrators who will literally impersonate lawyers and say, "We're not interested in your case," how can I make an appointment? They'll even literally copy the law firm's or lawyer's voicemail, reroute your call to them. They'll activate the voicemail to make you think that you left a message with the law firm, okay? And then since you're not receiving no calls back, you just believe that the law firm's not interested. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, fellow American citizens, Google it. Cell phone call rerouting and gang stalking, email rerouting and gang stalking, mail theft and mail delayment and gang stalking. Okay, and check this out. Lawyers can even be involved in gang stalking. Google that. Just Google everything I'm saying and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. Instead of saying, okay, well, this woman's crazy because what she sounds like it sounds crazy. Really? Well, Google it. Because you're going to see once you do, it's all over the internet that these are methods of gang stalking. Absolutely. In fact, I'm even going to go one step further. I want you to hear me out for 1 second, then I got to go. Hold on. In the movie, what movie was that with The Italian Job, the newer one? In the movie The Italian Job, when these they were a bunch of robbers, thieves, whatever you want to call them. They stole some gold from some people, and then one of the individuals that played a role in stealing the gold stabbed the backs of the fellow people that he worked with when they did it, and he stole the gold. So the rest of the let's just call them a gang, even though they're not. It wasn't a gang. It was a crew. It was a criminal crew. You know, a bunch of people working together. They stole some gold from some people, and then one of the individuals that played a role in stealing the gold stole the gold from the rest of the group. So the rest of the group found out where he was, I guess about a year later, and started targeting him to get the gold back. They found out where he lived. So what they did was they hacked into the telephone box, and then broke into and into his cable line, and made his cable TV inoperable. Because they did that so the guy would call the cable company to have the cable company come out and fix it, and they did that so they could get the layout of the inside of the house. So what they did was they interrupted his cable service in order to mentally provoke the guy to call the cable company. The guy calls the cable company, and the phone call got rerouted to them. You understand? So watch the movie The Italian Job, okay, the newer one, because there was one made back in the 50s, 60s, or 70s. Watch the one that was made in the last 15, 20 years, okay? You'll literally see that is a method of criminal crews. Now, you might think to yourself, well, this is a movie. What is she talking about? Well, I'm going to tell you something right now, okay? There's information online all over the internet that some things that are put in movies have to do with real life. trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about. If you knew who I am and what I know, just trust me on it, okay? Just trust me on it. Google everything I'm saying have told you. Every single thing that I've told you, Google it. And when you do, you'll see I'm telling you the truth concerning all that. Okay, and then think to yourself, well, she's telling the truth about cell phone call and rerouting, and yet it's in the movie. Think about it that way. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. So I'm predicting this occurring now, and this video is going to be uploaded today. I'm also predicting anything happening concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, against me along my routes today. Assaults, tickets, arrests. They flattened my tires over 8 times in 32 days. That's done to interrupt my schedule in reference to going from one place to another to get things done. Oh, absolutely. You would not believe what I know. So go to that blog. UCSD and Law Library, are they networking gang stalking? Massive, in your face, indisputable, undeniable proof that I'm being gang stalked. And then you ask yourself, why won't the San Diego police make a police report concerning it? I gotta go. Thanks for listening. Have a good day, okay? Bye.